Top 3 foods to strengthen your heart after 60. Doctors recommend these daily. Have you been feeling that tightness in your chest lately? That sudden shortness of breath when climbing stairs? The racing heartbeat that seems to come out of nowhere? I understand. As we age, especially past 60, our hearts start sending us signals that can be frightening, confusing, and downright exhausting. Millions of Americans just like you wake up every morning wondering if today will be the day their heart finally gives out. The constant worry becomes almost as debilitating as the physical symptoms themselves. You've probably tried everything the conventional medical establishment has recommended: the statins that leave your muscles aching, the beta blockers that drain your energy, the endless stress tests and EKGs that only seem to confirm what you already know. Your heart is struggling. And despite following all their advice, you still feel that alarming flutter in your chest that sends your mind racing with worst-case scenarios. What if I told you there's a simple, natural solution that could transform your heart health without expensive prescriptions or invasive procedures? What if the key to a stronger, more resilient heart has been hiding in plain sight all along, in foods you can find at any grocery store? Imagine waking up with energy coursing through your body. Picture yourself climbing those stairs without gasping for breath. Envision a life where you no longer fear every heartbeat, but instead feel confident in your heart's strength and resilience. That's exactly what I want to share with you today. The 3 most powerful foods that research shows can dramatically strengthen your heart, especially for those of us over 60. And before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below sharing your biggest heart health concern. Also, don't forget to check out the first link below to learn more about a product that will help improve the health issues mentioned in this video. Twice as fast. Let's start with what might be the most overlooked yet powerful heart healer on the planet: wild blueberries. Not the conventionally grown berries you typically find in the produce section, but specifically wild blueberries, which contain up to twice the antioxidant content of their cultivated cousins. These tiny blue powerhouses are absolutely packed with anthocyanins, the compounds that give them their vibrant color, and also happen to be one of the most potent heart protectors discovered by modern science. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 93,000 women for 18 years and found that those who consumed the highest amount of anthocyanins from foods like wild blueberries had a stunning 32% reduction in heart attack risk. That's better protection than many medications, without any of the side effects. So how exactly do these little berries work their magic? The anthocyanins in wild blueberries activate a protein called NRF2 in your cells, which is essentially your body's master regulator of antioxidant response. When NRF2 is activated, it turns on hundreds of protective genes that help reduce inflammation, improve blood vessel function, and protect heart tissue from damage. Wild blueberries also contain pterostilbene, a compound similar to resveratrol but with greater bioavailability, meaning your body can use it more effectively. This compound helps reduce oxidative stress in your arteries, which is a major contributor to heart disease in adults over 60. Many patients ask me, "But doctor, aren't all blueberries the same?" The answer is a resounding no. Wild blueberries, typically found in the freezer section and often labeled as wild or low-bush blueberries, contain significantly higher levels of these beneficial compounds because they've evolved over thousands of years to protect themselves in harsh environments. They're smaller than conventional blueberries but pack a much more powerful nutritional punch. I recommend consuming at least 1 cup of wild blueberries daily, either blended into a morning smoothie, added to your oatmeal, or simply eaten as a snack. And for those watching their blood sugar, the good news is that wild blueberries have a lower glycemic index than cultivated varieties, making them suitable even for those with diabetes or prediabetes. Before I move on to the second heart-strengthening food, I want to take a moment to connect with you personally. You know, I've been practicing medicine for over 30 years, and I've seen firsthand how isolating heart health concerns can be. Do you ever feel like no one truly understands what you're going through? That despite having family and friends around, you're somehow facing these health challenges alone? I want you to know that I hear you, and more importantly, this community hears you. Would you do something for me right now? Leave a comment below saying "My heart matters," followed by your biggest heart health question or concern. Not only will this help me create more targeted content for your specific needs, but you'll discover you're part of a supportive community of people navigating the exact same challenges. Many of my patients have found that simply acknowledging their heart health journey publicly has been the first step towards significant improvement. Now let's continue with our second heart-strengthening superfood. The second food that can dramatically strengthen your aging heart is extra virgin olive oil, but not just any olive oil. I'm talking specifically about high polyphenol olive oil, which contains compounds that have been shown to reduce heart disease risk by up to 30% according to the groundbreaking PEDM study. This research, one of the largest nutrition intervention studies ever conducted, was actually stopped early because the results were so compelling. Participants consuming high-quality olive oil showed such significant heart protection that researchers considered it unethical to continue withholding it from the control group. What makes high polyphenol olive oil so special for your heart? It contains a unique compound called oleocanthal, which has anti-inflammatory effects similar to ibuprofen but without the negative side effects on your digestive system or kidneys. Chronic inflammation is one of the primary drivers of heart disease, especially as we age past 60, and oleocanthal helps combat this inflammation at its source. Additionally, the monounsaturated fats in olive oil help reduce levels of harmful LDL cholesterol while maintaining or even increasing beneficial HDL cholesterol. This improved ratio is strongly associated with lower heart attack and stroke risk. The oleic acid in high-quality olive oil also helps improve the function of your endothelium, the delicate lining of your blood vessels that becomes increasingly dysfunctional with age. When your endothelium works properly, your arteries can dilate and contract as needed, ensuring smooth blood flow throughout your body. The polyphenols in olive oil help restore this function, essentially making your blood vessels more flexible and responsive, which is crucial for maintaining healthy blood pressure. I often get asked, how do I know if I'm getting high-quality olive oil? Look for bottles labeled extra virgin that include a harvest date, not just an expiration date, are stored in dark glass bottles to protect from light damage, and ideally have certification from reputable organizations like the North American Olive Oil Association. The best olive oils will have a peppery finish that might make you cough slightly, which is actually a sign of high oleocanthal content. And contrary to popular belief, olive oil can and should be used for cooking, as its polyphenols help protect the oil from oxidation during heating. I recommend consuming 2 to 4 tablespoons daily, using it to sauté vegetables, as a base for salad dressings, or simply drizzled over completed dishes. If you're serious about your heart health, making this simple switch from other cooking oils to high polyphenol extra virgin olive oil could be one of the most important dietary changes you make. And remember to hit that like button if you're finding this information valuable, and consider subscribing to our channel for more evidence-based health advice. Now let's move on to our third and perhaps most surprising heart-strengthening food, sardines. Yes, those small, often overlooked fish that many people only associate with pizza toppings are actually one of the most potent heart protectors available, especially for those of us over 60. Sardines provide an exceptional concentration of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, which have been extensively studied for their cardiovascular benefits. The famous GWASIDSI prevention trial found that heart attack survivors who supplemented with omega-3s had a 45% reduction in sudden cardiac death, which is remarkable for any intervention, natural or pharmaceutical. What makes sardines particularly special compared to other fish is their position in the food chain. As small, short-lived fish, they accumulate far fewer environmental toxins like mercury and PCBs than larger predatory fish, making them one of the safest seafood choices available. They're also one of the richest sources of CoQ10, a compound that acts as an antioxidant and is essential for energy production in the heart. CoQ10 levels naturally decline as we age, and this decline is accelerated by common heart medications like statins, making dietary sources increasingly important after 60. Sardines are also one of the few natural food sources of vitamin D, with a single serving providing about 70% of your daily requirement. Vitamin D deficiency has been strongly linked to increased heart disease risk, with research suggesting it plays a crucial role in regulating blood pressure through the renin-angiotensin system. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that people with the lowest levels of vitamin D had nearly twice the risk of cardiovascular events compared to those with adequate levels. Another remarkable component of sardines is their calcium content, as they're typically consumed with their soft, edible bones. This provides a highly bioavailable form of calcium that supports not only bone health but also proper heart muscle function. Your heart relies on precise calcium signaling to maintain its steady rhythm, and ensuring adequate calcium intake from foods like sardines can help support this critical function. For optimal heart benefits, I recommend consuming sardines at least twice weekly. They can be mashed and spread on whole grain crackers, added to salads, or mixed with avocado and lemon juice for a heart-healthy sandwich filling. If you're concerned about the taste, try the varieties packed in olive oil with various seasonings like lemon or tomato sauce, which can make them more palatable while still providing their remarkable heart benefits. For those who simply cannot tolerate the taste or texture of sardines, other fatty fish like wild salmon, mackerel, or herring can provide similar benefits, though sardines remain superior in terms of their safety profile and nutrient density. An important consideration when incorporating these omega-3 rich fish into your diet is their interaction with blood-thinning medications. If you're taking warfarin, clopidogrel, or even daily aspirin, consult with your healthcare provider before significantly increasing your omega-3 intake, as the combined blood-thinning effects could potentially increase bleeding risk. However, for most people, the anti-inflammatory and heart protective benefits far outweigh any potential concerns. Beyond these three superstar foods, I want to share a fourth bonus food that works synergistically with the others to create what I call a heart protection matrix: fermented garlic. While regular garlic has well-established cardiovascular benefits, fermented garlic has been shown to contain up to 5 times the amount of bioactive compounds. The fermentation process converts the allicin in fresh garlic into more stable and potent sulfur compounds that have remarkable effects on cardiovascular health. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that aged garlic extract, a form of fermented garlic, reduced arterial stiffness and improved endothelial function in subjects with elevated cholesterol levels. Even more impressive, a small clinical trial using advanced imaging techniques demonstrated that daily supplementation with aged garlic extract actually reversed arterial plaque buildup over the course of a year, something few interventions, even medications, have been shown to accomplish. Fermented garlic works through multiple mechanisms to protect your heart. It helps reduce platelet aggregation, essentially making your blood less sticky and less likely to form dangerous clots. It modulates your body's inflammatory response, reducing the chronic inflammation that drives atherosclerosis. Perhaps most importantly for those over 60, it helps boost production of hydrogen sulfide in your blood vessels, a signaling molecule that helps your arteries dilate properly and maintain healthy blood pressure. As we age, our natural production of hydrogen sulfide declines, making dietary sources increasingly important. You can find fermented garlic in the form of black garlic at specialty grocery stores, or as aged garlic extract supplements. For whole black garlic, consuming 1 to 2 cloves daily provides therapeutic benefits. If using a supplement form, look for products standardized to contain L-cysteine, one of the most researched beneficial compounds. Unlike fresh garlic, fermented garlic doesn't cause the digestive distress or strong odor that makes many people avoid regular garlic, making it much easier to incorporate into your daily routine. Now that we've covered these powerful heart-strengthening foods, let's talk about how to combine them for maximum benefit. Imagine starting your day with a breakfast bowl containing wild blueberries sprinkled over oatmeal, with a drizzle of high polyphenol olive oil and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Yes, olive oil on breakfast might sound unusual, but in Mediterranean countries where heart disease rates are remarkably low, this combination is common and provides a perfect balance of polyphenols, anthocyanins, and healthy fats to start your day with heart protection. For lunch, consider a salad dressed with olive oil and lemon, topped with sardines and fermented black garlic. This combination delivers a powerful dose of omega-3 fatty acids, monounsaturated fats, and sulfur compounds that work synergistically to reduce inflammation and improve blood vessel function. For snacks, a handful of walnuts, another excellent source of heart-healthy fats, and more wild blueberries keep the protection going throughout the day. What's remarkable about this approach is how quickly it can produce measurable results. Many of my patients report noticeable improvements in their energy levels within just 7 to 10 days of incorporating these foods. Within 3 weeks, many experience improved exercise tolerance, being able to walk farther or climb stairs with less fatigue or chest discomfort. And after approximately 2 to 3 months on this regimen, we often see measurable improvements in clinical markers like blood pressure, inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, and improved lipid profiles. I remember one patient in particular, a 72-year-old retired teacher named Margaret, who came to me with concerning symptoms of fatigue, shortness of breath, and occasional chest pressure. Her previous doctors had put her on 3 different medications, yet her symptoms persisted, and she felt her quality of life slipping away. We implemented this precise nutritional protocol, focusing on these heart-strengthening foods, while working with her primary physician to carefully monitor her medication needs. Within 6 weeks, her blood pressure had improved to the point where one medication could be reduced, her inflammatory markers had dropped significantly, and most importantly, she reported feeling like herself again, with the energy to garden and play with her grandchildren. After 3 months, her echocardiogram showed improved heart function, with her ejection fraction, a measure of how efficiently your heart pumps blood, increasing from 48% to 56%, moving her from the range of mild heart failure to normal heart function. Stories like Margaret's aren't unusual when these powerful foods become daily staples. Your heart is remarkably resilient, with an amazing capacity to heal and strengthen itself when given the proper nutritional support. The key is consistency and quality, focusing on these specific varieties and preparations that maximize the beneficial compounds. Remember to like this video if you're finding value in this information, and subscribe to our channel for more evidence-based health advice. I want to address a common concern that many of my patients over 60 express: isn't it too late to make a difference? The scientific research definitively says no. A landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine followed over 73,000 men and women for up to 12 years and found that those who improved their diet quality showed reduced mortality risk within just 2 years, regardless of their age when they started. Your heart muscle and blood vessels continue to respond to positive changes well into your 80s and beyond. In fact, because baseline inflammation and oxidative stress typically increase with age, the relative benefit of anti-inflammatory, antioxidant-rich foods may actually be greater after 60 than at younger ages. Another question I frequently hear is whether these foods can help if you already have established heart disease or have experienced a heart attack. The answer is a resounding yes. The Lion Diet Heart Study, one of the most influential nutrition studies ever conducted, focused specifically on heart attack survivors, and found that those who adopted a Mediterranean dietary pattern, rich in many of the foods we've discussed today, experienced a remarkable 70% reduction in recurrent heart attacks, compared to those following the standard post-heart attack diet recommended at the time. Your heart is continuously repairing and rebuilding itself, and providing the optimal nutritional environment can substantially support this healing process, regardless of your current cardiovascular status. It's also worth noting that these heart-strengthening foods have benefits that extend far beyond cardiovascular health. The same anti-inflammatory compounds that protect your heart also support brain health and may help reduce the risk of neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. The omega-3 fatty acids in sardines support joint health and help reduce arthritis symptoms. The polyphenols in wild blueberries have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and cognitive function. By focusing on heart health, you're simultaneously supporting whole body and longevity. I want to emphasize that while these foods are remarkably powerful, they work best as part of a comprehensive approach that includes moderate physical activity appropriate for your fitness level. Even gentle movement like walking for 20 minutes daily or Tai Chi has been shown to significantly improve heart health markers when combined with optimal nutrition. Stress management is another crucial component, as chronic stress directly impacts heart function through hormonal pathways. Simple practices like deep breathing for 5 minutes twice daily can produce measurable improvements in heart rate variability, a key marker of cardiovascular health. Timing can also enhance the benefits of these heart-strengthening foods. Research in the emerging field of chronobiology suggests that consuming the majority of your daily food intake, including these beneficial foods, earlier in the day, aligns better with your body's natural metabolic rhythms and may enhance their cardiovascular benefits. Try to include wild blueberries and olive oil with breakfast or lunch rather than dinner when possible, and consider consuming your sardines before 2 p.m. for optimal omega-3 absorption and utilization. I also want to address potential barriers to incorporating these foods. If cost is a concern, frozen wild blueberries are typically more affordable than fresh and retain all of their beneficial compounds. For olive oil, while higher quality options tend to be more expensive, the health benefits justify the investment, and you can reserve it for raw applications where you'll taste the difference, using less expensive but still healthy options like avocado oil for cooking. Sardines are actually one of the most affordable fish options available, often costing less per serving than chicken or beef while providing superior nutritional value. For those who take medications for heart conditions, it's important to note that these foods can potentially enhance the effectiveness of your prescriptions, but in some cases may necessitate dosage adjustments. The omega-3s in sardines can have an additive effect with blood pressure medications, sometimes allowing for reduced dosages under medical supervision. Similarly, the nitric oxide boosting effects of fermented garlic can enhance the action of certain blood pressure and angina medications. Always keep your healthcare provider informed about significant dietary changes, not because these foods are dangerous, but because they're powerful enough to potentially affect your medication needs. As we approach the conclusion of our discussion today, I want to acknowledge the journey that many of you have been on with your heart health. The concerns, the midnight worries, the adjustments to your lifestyle that you've already made. I want you to know that I see you, and more importantly, this community sees you. The path to a stronger, more resilient heart isn't always straightforward, but it's one worth taking, one day, and one meal at a time. If you found value in this information today, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Each week we share evidence-based information specifically targeted to those of us navigating health after 60. By subscribing, you'll join a community of people committed to aging not just with longevity, but with vitality and purpose. And don't forget to access the first link below to learn more about a product that will help improve all the health issues we've discussed today, twice as fast. I want to leave you with this final thought. Your heart has been beating faithfully for over 6 decades, pumping blood through roughly 60,000 miles of blood vessels in your body. Every day it beats about 100,000 times, moving 2,000 gallons of blood. That's extraordinary. And now, with the simple addition of these powerful foods, you're giving this remarkable organ exactly what it needs to continue serving you well for many years to come. Your heart has been taking care of you your entire life. Today is a perfect day to start taking even better care of it. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you in our next video.